Hi everyone, I am Mahalakshmi, Head Department of IT from Madurai Sivagasi Nadar Pioneer Meenakshi Women's College. So today we are going to discuss a topic in data science. So this is the very first unit of 3rd BSc IT 23. The subject name is Introduction to Data Science. The code is 23-bit 6E3. Now we are getting into the session. So these are all the topics now I'm going to tell you in this video. So first I start with what is data science, the definition of data science, what's the life cycle will be followed in data science, what are all the roles we may play as in the field of data science, what are the security issues which we deal with data. When it comes to data science, there are a lot of benefits, but we also face some security issues. Now these are all now we are going to discuss that topic, security issues too. What is data science? So data science actually it's a domain which only focus on the vast volume of data. We are using modern tools which will support us to find or hidden patterns or unseen things, which is very useful for the society, or the meaningful information to make a better decision according to business. So which is only possible through the achievement of data science. How the data science is working now? So it use complex machine learning algorithms. So this is the strength of data science. So we can do analysis. We are collecting different sources of data and aggregate everything in a single place. Actually this is the data comes under various format. So the first thing we are going to do is make it in a single format. So data science is about starting with the step extraction, and then we are going to prepare the data. We are performing analysis, visualization and maintenance of information. So we have a lot of scientific methods and processes to draw the insights which is from the data. So data science is a major field which support the society to become to make a better decision, to get lot of profits and benefits through the data. So the data is actually maintained, we are already maintained, but we are going to acquire knowledge through the domain data science. So next, this is life cycle of data science. Life cycle consists of 5 distinct stages. First stage will be capture. So we are data acquisition and the data entry or signal reception when it comes to sensor, data extraction. So everything has happened in capture stage. So this is the very first stage, which involves gathering of raw data. It may be a structure or unstructured, it doesn't matter. We are collecting everything. Then the next stage is maintain. Maintain is about we are accumulating the data in a single place or in a comfort place. So maintain, data warehousing, data cleansing, data staging, data pre-processing, data architecture. So these are all the forms which is support the process maintain in the second stage. So we are taking the raw data and putting into the form what we are actually in need. So this is about maintain. So the third stage is process. Data mining is knowledge mining, knowledge discovery from database, and the clustering or classification we can do based on the application or what the result we wish to get. So based on that we are choose either clustering or classification. We are achieving data modeling and data summarization. So these are all the things which is about to presentation when it comes to the final decision making to the customer. So data scientists take the prepared data and they are going to examine it, and finally they give patterns or the ranges or biases to determine how useful the analysis will be. So this is about the third phase process. So the fourth phase is analysis or analyze. The exploratory or confirmatory or predictive analyze. So these are the each and everything is listed here is a different perspective. We can do anything based on the project or application what we choose. Here is this is the real meat of the life cycle. This is the actually needed thing or actually the heart of the entire data science lifestyle. So analysis phase. After that analysis only we are getting the result. So before that we do three phases, that is capture, maintain and process. So these are the things which make the data into ready state. Analysis we are doing is actually the thing we need. Finally the last stage will be communicate. Here we are doing data reporting, data visualization, business intelligence, decision making. So this is the final thing which used to present before the customers. The customer can or the end user can understand the graphs, charts and reports. They are not aware about what is predictive analysis and regression and text mining and qualitative analysis. They need a result in a presentable form. So this is the final stage of the data mining life cycle. Roles in data science. So the students in the computer science, IT and BCA students in undergraduate, they are aware about data science, but the designation or the roles what they will play in the real time, they should know. So this is the very important topic when it comes to the undergraduate student. So roles in data science. So after the graduation, what are the job opportunities they can play? So these are all about roles in data science. Data analyst is the first role in data science. Data analysts are responsible for variety of tasks. So they are including the visualization, modeling and processing of massive amount of data. So they are perform queries on the databases from time to time. So they need some set of skills to become a data analyst to perform the optimized work. So these are the things. So they should know how to extract data from primary and secondary sources. So this is not the manual thing. There are a lot of automated tools available to do the task. They should aware about the automated tools which support this work extracting. So developing and maintaining the databases, these are also very important. After long struggle, they collect raw data and make it into format. Once they collected, they should develop the database also. They should carefully maintain the database. It's a very sensitive one when it comes to maintaining a database. So performing data analysis and making reports with recommendations. So these are all the skill sets which needed are mandatory for a data analyst. So second role when it comes to roles in data science, data engineers. Actually students think data analyst and data engineer both are same, but this is not the fact. Both are different. Data engineers build and test scalable big data ecosystems. From the data scientist can run their algorithms on the data system. So this should be highly optimized. Data engineers should update the existing system with newer and upgraded version of the current technologies to improve the efficiency of the database. So like a data analyst, the data engineers also need some set of responsibilities. So first they should know how to design and maintain a data management system, and how we are going to collect data or data acquisition and management, conducting primary and secondary research. So this is about data engineers. The third role which is possible in the field of data science, database administrator. Initially when we studied database management system, we name it as DBA. So the same thing which is followed here also. This is another role come under the category. This job profile of a data administrator is pretty much self-explanatory. So they are the responsible for the proper functioning of all the databases of a company or an institution. So they can grant or revoke a service to the employee of the company depending on the requirement. So like in a bank, the loan manager need only the loan details. But when it comes to a manager of the company, manager of the bank, they need all the customer detail and employee detail, salary detail, everything. So based on their role, they allocate, grant or revoke services. So their responsibilities when it comes to a database administrator, so they should work on database software. They are familiar in the particular database software to store and manage data. Working on database design and development, they should know how to implement security measures when it comes to a database. Data scientist. So data scientists have to understand the challenges of the business. So for what purpose they are doing the data analysis, so they should understand that. So the best solution, what are the best solution they can offer using the data analysis or data processing. They are expected to perform predictive analysis and run a fine-toothed comb through an unstructured or disorganized data to offer actionable insights. So their responsibilities will be, they should identify data collection sources for business needs, processing, cleansing and integration of data, automation, data collection, management process, and data science require techniques and tools to improve the process. So they should play a much more important role compared to database administrator and data analyst. So then the machine learning engineer. Machine learning engineers is in a high demand today. Lot of coaching classes regarding machine learning engineers, prompt engineers. So you are already aware about ML engineer. The job profile come with its challenges. So apart from the in-depth knowledge of some of the most powerful technologies which we already covered in the undergraduate time, the SQL and the APIs, machine learning engineers also expected to perform alpha beta testing and data pipelines building and implement common machine learning algorithms such as classification, clustering, etc. So they also play a vital role when it comes to the domain data science. Their responsibilities will be designing and developing machine learning system. They should do research in machine learning algorithm, testing machine learning systems. They also develop apps, products, basis client requirement. So this is about machine learning engineers. So statistician. So statistician, as the name suggests, has a sound understanding of statistical theories and data organization. So they have valuable insights from the data clusters. So they also help create new methodologies for the engineers to apply in that particular data. Their responsibilities of a statistician include collecting, analyzing and interpreting data. So they analyze the data, assessing the result, predicting trends, relationship using statistical methods and tools. So they also designing data collection process. So then only we can collect a useful data. So business analyst. The role of business analyst is slightly different than other data science jobs. So they do have a good understanding of how data oriented technologies work and how to handle large volume of data and how to separate high value data from the low value data. So when it comes to analysis, we cannot take the entire data for analysis purpose. So what are the things which support our decision or to make which helps us to make a better decision, we can derive that data only. Suppose we have a huge database, we won't take the entire thing. So this is about data analyst. So they know which is important for us. Their responsibilities should be understanding the business of the organization and conducting detailed business analysis, outlining the problems, opportunities, and solutions. Also working on improving existing business process. So most of the thing, the business are already available, so we should apply our intelligence in the sense we should go through the existing data, so existing business process. So this is possible, only possible with the help of business analyst. So these are the roles we already discussed. Now we get into the topic data security issues. Data security is the process of protecting corporate data and preventing data loss through the unauthorized access. So this is about protecting your data from attacks. Also we can perform some encryption. We never permit them to destroy our data. So to destroy data in an organization, we have more options in the real time. That is ransomware, as well as attack, which is modify or corrupt our data. So this is happen. The data security is which is ensure the data is available to anyone in the organization who has to access to it. Suppose I need a data about the student's mark statement. Every teacher want that particular mark of their own subject, so they should able to access it. This is also, it's a kind of security. Security is never about stop accessing the data. Some industries require the high level of data security for protection, data protection rules. So like when we log in our Gmail account in some other systems or in a different location from the regular one, it asks two-step authentication, OTP, and are you login, the confirmation messages, everything is happen. So they like this. So kind of data protection regulations. So here they are giving one more example. I'm giving one more example, that is organization that process payment card information must use and store payment card data securely. The healthcare organizations in USA must secure private health informations in line with the HIPAA standard. So this is followed in US, but there are a lot of security system in each and every country. The only thing is to protect the personal record. So our data is much more sensitive for us, so we never leak it to a public forum. So it should be misused or some disaster may be happened. So this is about security. So we have a confusions. What is data security versus data privacy? So data security we already discussed. So data privacy is the distinction between data in a computer system that can be shared with third parties, that is non-private data, and data that cannot be shared with third parties, that is private data. So this is about data privacy. There are two main aspects to enforcing data privacy. So one is access control, another one is data protection. Access control is ensuring that anyone who tries to access the data is authenticated to confirm their identity and authorized to access only the data they are allowed to access. That is, I am giving your login credential, username and password. With the help of the username and password, you can log in and you can access something, that is possible. So data protection, ensuring that even if unauthorized parties manage to access the data, they cannot view it or cause damage to it. Data protection methods like ensure, encryption, which prevent anyone from viewing the data if they do not have a private key. So the key is not correct, they can never view the data. This is a kind of data loss prevention mechanism which prevent users from transferring sensitive data outside the organization. Data security risk. So we may face accidental exposure or phishing and other social engineering attacks. So accidental exposure is a large percentage of data breaches are not the result of malicious attack but are caused by the negligent or accidental exposure of sensitive data. The employee of the organization is unaware about what will happen after the data loss. So like just they don't know what will happen next, where how the attackers they can misuse the data. So the just the thing, accidental exposure. So phishing and other social engineering attacks are a primary vector used by attackers to access sensitive data. They involve manipulating or tricking individuals into providing private information or access to privileged accounts. Phishing is a common form of social engineering. It involves messages that appears to be from a trusted source but in fact are sent by an attacker. So we trust and we give our entire information to them, so they can misuse it. Like we are giving our PIN number, ATM PIN number or OTP to an attacker. So they said we are calling from that particular bank, give your details. So just we are passing our entire information to them, they take our entire money from our account. So this is a kind of phishing which is happen in the real time. So next is insider threats. So insider threats are employees who inadvertently or intentionally threaten the security of an organization's data. So there are three types in the insider threats: non-malicious insider, malicious insider and compromised insider. Non-malicious insider, so they are doing accidentally by a negligence. So they are unaware of security procedures. So this is a kind of people which is maybe in a company. Malicious insiders, they are the user who actively attempt to steal the data. So they have the curiosity to know the thing. So this is the malicious insider. So compromised insiders, they are the insiders who are not aware that their accounts or credentials were compromised by an external attacker. So the attacker can then perform malicious activity pretending to be a legitimate user. So they are unaware about it. So there is another security thing about ransomware. Is a major threat to data in companies of all sizes. Ransomware is a malware actually, so that infect corporate devices and encrypt the data, making it useless without the decryption key. So they don't know about the private key. So they are encrypt the data which is not used by anyone in the institutions. So this is about ransomware. So attackers display a ransom message asking for payment to release the key. But in many cases, even paying the ransom is ineffective and the data set is lost. Data loss in the cloud. So we are studying data science, but how the cloud enter into data science? Because many organizations have no potential to store their entire data in a local server. So they are just moving to the cloud to pay storage as a service. They are preferring that to cut down the cost utilization of storage. So they are facilitate easier sharing and collaboration. However, when data moves to the cloud, it is more difficult to control and prevent data loss. Users access data from personal devices and over unsecured networks. It is all too easy to share a file with unauthorized parties, either accidentally or maliciously. So data loss is also happen in cloud. So the attacker is constantly doing things to make a data loss. So they are doing complete it or they did at a time. SQL injection is a common technique used by the attackers to gain illicit access to databases or steal the data and perform unwanted operations. It works by adding malicious code to a seemingly innocent database query. So the common security solutions and techniques, up to the last slide we discussed what is data science, what are the life cycle in data science, and how what are the roles in data science, and how the data security issues are possible in the real time. So when we face a issue, we are in the situation to find a solution, and which solution sort out all these problems. So data discovery and classification. So the modern IT environment store data on the local servers or endpoints or cloud system which offer affordable services to us. So the visibility over data flows is an important first step in understanding what data is at the risk of being stolen or misused. To properly protect our data, you need to know the type of data, where it is and what it is used for, and the data discovery and classification tools which support this work. Data detection is the basis for knowing what data you have. Data classification allows you to create scalable security solutions by identifying which data is sensitive and needs to be secured. Data masking lets you help create a synthetic version of your organizational data which you can use for software testing, training and other purposes that do not require the real data. So this is like a simulation. So it does not affect the real data. Like that real data, we are following a fake one. So this is a kind of data masking. The goal is to protect data while providing a functional alternative when needed. Data encryption. So this is the most common security method. We already know about it. Encryption, data encryption is a method of converting data from a readable format, the plain text, into unreadable encoded format, ciphertext. Only after decrypting the encrypted data using the decryption key, the data can be read or processed. This is the ancient method which is followed in a warfield. There are a lot of variations in the data encryption, public key cryptography techniques, this and private key cryptographic techniques. In public key cryptographic techniques, there is no need to share the decryption key. The sender and recipient each have their own key which are combined to perform the encryption operation. This is inherently more secure. Data encryption can prevent attackers from accessing sensitive information. Password hygiene. One of the most simple and best practice for data security is ensuring users have unique, strong password. Without central management and enforcement, many users will use easily guessable passwords or use the same password for many different services. So any hackers can try to attack or want to steal the data. They can easily take your data. So password hygiene is very important. Password spraying and other brute force attacks can easily compromise accounts with weak passwords. So the next thing about password hygiene is authentication and authorization. So the organization must put in place strong authentication methods. For example, authentication is a web-based system, provide authentication mechanism. It is highly recommended to enforce multi-factor authentication when any user, whether internal or external, requires sensitive or personal data. So multi-factor authentication is with the login credential. So they are sending OTP or any one more recognition technique to identify the person is a valid user or the authorized person for that to access the data. Thank you. So these are the things which is the basic about introduction to data science. So if you have any queries, kindly share with me. I will answer you. Thank you.